EGLE, Eagle Bulk Shipping. This is another oil tanker company. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and things just changed. So Eagle Bulk does dry bulk, and they do container ships, and they do tankers. And they always smash that like button right now to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. So they are a little bit more than 50% of the dry bulk, and it was like 17% or 20 something. It was about 20% oil tankers and about 20% of the container ships. And then their tankers are not all crude. They have crude and gasoline and natural gas tankers. So it's about less than 10% of this entire company is actually oil tankers. And let's take a look at their chart, which is here. So the S&P did a dead cat, a crash, a bounce, and a little thing. And this went blah. Like this looks like the oil stocks that just never came back. So this is a USA company. They're in, oh man, I forgot I forgot where they were from. It was like Maryland or something like that. And they had flags in Denmark and Singapore and USA. And this is basically not really an oil tanker company. They just have some oil tankers, but I'm surprised they're not getting a little bit better action than this. So this is a USA, bulk shipping company. They do a bunch of big bulk like iron and grain and what was the other big one? Yeah, I can't remember. And then they had a bunch of the small bulk like wood and salt and sugar and bauxite, aluminum, metal scraps, all that kind of stuff. And so I can't believe they're doing this poorly though. I mean, these guys are going to be doing bad for a while because this is an American bulk shipping company, and America's just starting its production down phase now, and this is not particularly interesting. And it's not really an oil company. Yeah, so you see like the tanker companies, go watch my other videos. I have a ton of tanker company videos out now. The tanker companies that are crude oil storage tankers right now are doing this, like net long over the whole crash. And any company that is coming down here is not really behaving like a tanker company. And even if they sprang back up out of the crash pretty well, it's still not the same thing as like a tanker long company. So this is just another video on companies that show up when you look for the oil tanker ticker symbols and you don't know like what their whole fleet is or what their involvement in storage is. And it can get kind of complicated because a lot of the tanker companies will have multiple divisions with multiple different actual companies and different ticker symbols. Like TK, for instance, has like the TK ticker for their shipyard and the TNK for their tankers, and then they have something like it's like TGP or something like that for their natural gas, and then Scorpio had SALT SALT for their dry bulk, and they have STNG for their tankers. So you have to be really careful when you're looking at the oil tanker ticker symbols, and make sure that you're looking at a company that actually does crude oil and they can actually store crude oil. And still, even if it is just a straight crude oil company, a lot of the ships are like mostly for refined oil and some of it's crude. So yeah, and I don't know if they can repurpose the refined oil boats for crude storage. If they can, they probably are. But that's the thing to think about. I mean, there's companies like EGLE, like this, and like the Shipping Finance Incorporated, like the companies that have multiple divisions all under the same company label. and only maybe 10 or 20% of their whole company is actually doing any crude. So this company does do crude, but it looks like less than 10% of the company, and they're not coming up. So this is a no thank you for me. This is not investment advice. But yeah, that's just a look at the different kind of the oil companies. And I've done, I don't know, 12 or 15 maybe tanker company videos. So I'm getting requests for some follow-ups and stuff. So I'm going to do some more tanker videos, and then I'll try to go back and recap some things like who has good balance sheets and who's getting like the big bounces and who looks like a solid long over the crash and who looks good after the crash, all those kind of things. So I'll get these tanker videos are popular. I'll keep making them until people stop caring, I guess. Happy trading.